All right, everybody. It is about 5:15 p.m. West Coast time on Valentine's Day, Friday, February 14th. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. Hopefully nobody fucked that up. But I'm guessing that some of you did. I'm just saying. I mean, come on now. This is what I normally post over on our YouTube page. This is Daily Hawk. I'm Hawk. I'm your host. If you're seeing this on TikTok, please click on the link in the link tree in my bio and go subscribe to my YouTube page. It's free. If you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe. It's still free. Click like, leave a comment, even if you don't know how to spell and don't understand syntax or sentence structure or the difference between there, and there, or two, and two, because that's how us normies spot you MAGA chuds in the comments. All right, so let's dive into the news. And the next story, I'm going to give some context first. So remember during Donald Trump's first term, when Melania Trump remodeled the Rose Garden at the White House, the Rose Garden that famously had, that's right, rose bushes, that was designed, and those bushes were planted during the time of John F. Kennedy's first term. That Rose Garden was designed by his wife, Jacqueline Kennedy. And Melania Trump ripped out the Rose Garden, ripped out all of the rose bushes that had been planted by Jacqueline Kennedy, and turned it into this weirdly like dark Eastern European space that was just, everybody looked at it afterwards and was like, what the fuck is that? Well, now Donald Trump wants to take that a step further. He wants to pave over the grass in the Rose Garden and turn that into a patio area resembling what he has on the patio at Mar-a-Lago. So the white trashification of the White House with these people continues. So remember also, okay, some more context. So remember, over the last month or so, Elon Musk was giving his heart to people while he was also endorsing a far-right German political party, the AfD, while he was also telling Germans at an AfD event that they need to stop feeling so guilty about the Holocaust. Yeah, that happened. J.D. Vance met with the leader of the AfD party in Germany. Vance met with the leader just weeks before a German election in which the anti-immigrant, anti-Muslim party appears poised to take second place on a wave of growing anti-establishment sentiment, as reported by The Guardian. Republicans are rushing to soften Donald Trump's cuts to the executive branch. This is from Politico. Republican leaders are pushing back against sweeping cuts to the federal government launched by Trump and Elon Musk as their downsizing crusade begins to hit GOP constituents, like that farmer we've all seen. FAFO, and they're in the FO phase. President Trump's administration has denied Georgia Governor Brian Kemp's request to give local governments more time to apply for federal disaster assistance following Hurricane Helene, as reported by the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. Why would President Trump do that? Georgia voted for him. Well, remember, following the 2020 election, Georgia's Secretary of State famously was on the phone for an hour with Donald Trump when Donald Trump was like, guys, come on, I just need 11,780 votes. Can't you just find me 11,780 votes? And Georgia's Secretary of State, Brad Raffensperger, who's a Republican who voted for Donald Trump, said, no, that's not the way this works. And Georgia Governor Brian Kemp refused to overturn the results of Georgia's election and hand that result to Donald Trump following the 2020 election. Donald Trump does not like Georgia Governor Brian Kemp, and being the petulant little bitch that he is, Donald Trump is taking that out on the residents of Georgia and refusing to give them additional time to request federal disaster assistance following Hurricane Helene. Mother Jones reports that Kash Patel failed to disclose companies he set up with a close friend that were involved in a $1 million land deal. And the only question that I have after reading that is, where is that land? And can we, access that land? I would like to see that land that Kash Patel purchased with a close friend for more than $1 million. House Republicans, this is from The Hill, House Republicans are pledging to bring up impeachment articles against federal judges who have blocked Trump administrative actions. Many of those judges were appointed by Donald Trump in his first term. President Trump, this is from CBS News, President Trump signed an executive order on Friday that prohibits schools and colleges with COVID-19 vaccine mandates from receiving federal money, though no states currently have such a requirement. Following close on the heels of that, the state of Louisiana will no longer promote mass vaccination, according to the AP, which is currently barred from the White House. Louisiana Surgeon General Ralph Abraham has ordered his staff to stop engaging in media campaigns and community health fairs to encourage vaccinations, even as the state is currently experiencing a surge in influenza. Oh my God. New York Magazine chimes in with, okay, so this is an interesting story. So we've all been watching the bloodbath at the Department of Justice over the last few days. I think we're up to 7 senior career prosecutors who have resigned rather than go along with Trump and acting Attorney General Emile Beauvais' plan to drop felony indictment charges against New York City Mayor Eric Adams. The governor of New York has the power to remove Eric Adams from his office as mayor of New York City. I don't see how she avoids doing that. She's a Democrat. I don't see how she avoids doing that at this point. I think she's going to have to do that. So, but we'll see what happens over the next few days, because the corruption is beyond anything even I could have imagined. We are a month away from a Republican government shutdown, said Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries, who is 100% bought and paid for and owned by AIPAC. They control the House, they control the Senate and the presidency. It's their government. It's kind of AIPAC's government, but I get Hakeem Jeffries' point. I mean, he's saying what he's paid to say. Quote of the day, speaking of Eric Adams, Trump's border czar Tom Homan threatened New York City Mayor Eric Adams while sitting next to him live on television. Said Tom Homan while sitting next to Eric Adams, "If he doesn't come through, I'll be in his office, up his butt." And I'll be saying, where the hell is the agreement that we came to? So Trump border czar Tom Homan admitted live on television while sitting next to New York City Mayor Eric Adams that there was an improper, politically motivated quid pro quo between the Trump administration and New York City Mayor Eric Adams. Where the hell is the agreement that we came to? The White House has indefinitely suspended the Associated Press's access to the White House and Air Force One because the Associated Press is continuing to call the Gulf of Mexico the Gulf of Mexico instead of the Gulf of America. NATO is in disarray right now because of the things that Trump and Pete Hegseth are doing, which, weird. It's amazing the things that can happen when you put an alcoholic in charge of the Defense Department. News agency Stat reports that senior officials were informed in Friday meetings that roughly 5,200 people across government health agencies, including the NIH and the CDC, will be fired. Because who gives a shit about bird flu? ABC News also reports that hundreds of staff at the agency responsible for maintaining the U.S. nuclear stockpile were fired Thursday afternoon as well. Everything's going great. Everything's going fine. Let's close it out with this. According to the Daily Beast, President Trump's historic mugshot has apparently been given a prominent spot in the White House and has been seen in the background hanging in the Oval Office in a photo that was taken of Donald Trump and India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Hanging on the wall in the Oval Office in the background of that photo is Donald Trump's mugshot, because who gives a shit anymore? Anyway, I hope it's 5:30 p.m. West Coast time on Friday, February 14th, Valentine's Day. If you're into the whole Valentine's Day thing, I hope that goes well. Whatever. I mean, you're going to hear about it for like the next 7 days if it doesn't, or, year. I'm kidding. Not really, but it's after work on Friday. It's the weekend. I hope that everybody can find some source of enjoyment, peace, fun, happiness in their weekend. And I really, really, really hope that everyone remains safe and vigilant this weekend. We are living in extremely dangerous times. And we need to be consistently aware of that. All of our heads need to be on a swivel. I make a lot of jokes on here. I joke about a lot of this shit. We are living in incredibly dangerous times. Never seen before in the United States during my lifetime, certainly. And it's very concerning. So be safe this weekend. Thanks, everybody.